Welcome to the Health with Hashimoto's podcast. Our summer series is the Hashimoto's Health Lab. This series is going to be 10-minute episodes. Every week, we'll talk about a specific tool or practice. We're going to cover everything from environmental detox to stress reduction, energy boosters, biohacks, and all of it is going to be designed to give you tools for better health with Hashimoto's. I'm your host, Esther Yunkin. I'm a registered nurse helping women uncover their root causes and regain energy. So these episodes are going to be short. If you are ready for a deeper transformation, check out the Holistic Hashimoto's course. It will help you identify your unique triggers and root causes so that you can focus your own energy on what really matters for your health. Are you ready to explore a new strategy for thriving with Hashimoto's? Let's dive in. This is the Hashimoto's Health Lab. Today's episode is about at-home lab test kits because sometimes you don't want to go and see what the doctor wants. Maybe you have listened to the Health with Hashimoto's lab episodes. Episode 3, what did my thyroid labs mean? Episode 9, we talked all about vitamin D. Episode 39, I talked about all of the thyroid labs that you ideally want to test everything. You want your TSH, you want your free T4, your free T3, you want your reverse T3, you want the thyroid antibodies, you want your vitamin D tested. Personally, I also want my C-reactive protein tested to know the level of inflammation in my body. There's several different things that you want to test. And sometimes you know what you want. You don't want to go visit your doctor and have to wait for them or pay them in order for them to say, this is what I think you should have. You already know that because you are the CEO of your own health. You make the decisions. And thankfully, in most states in the United States, and it depends on the other countries. Some countries will allow you to, some won't, but a lot of places, you have autonomy over your medical decisions. So let's talk about where you can get your own test kits. And specifically, we're talking about at-home kits. Now, you can go to a place like Ulta Labs, and that is one thing I talked specifically about in episode 39. Because that's where I have had labs. You go to Ulta Labs online and you order what you want, you pay for it, and then you pick where you're going to have your labs drawn. Now, this one kind of falls in the middle because sometimes you can have somebody come to your house and draw your blood. But this is a phlebotomist, and it is not poke your own finger and drip the blood on a little card and send it through the mail. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So Ulta Labs doesn't have that capability, but it kind of qualifies as at home if you select to have a phlebotomist come to your house. Otherwise, you can order the labs on Ulta and then go to a phlebotomist. There are a lot of clinics who will draw labs for you. So there are 3 primary places where you can have the at-home test kits sent to you from. The at-home test kits are super convenient. You order it online and they send it in the mail. You go to your mailbox, you open it, and here's a little box. Inside the box, there's usually some alcohol swabs, some little finger pokers, little lancets where you push the button, a little needle pops out, pokes you, and makes you bleed. And then there's a card for you to drip that blood onto. Once it's dried, usually you have to wait an hour or 2 for it to dry completely. Then you put it in a bag, you put that bag back in the envelope, and you put that back in your mailbox. And then within a week to 2 weeks, in your email, you have all of your labs. At-home test kits are so convenient. And that is why I put them as a tool in this series. Because sometimes I just want to know my numbers. I don't know about you. You are the CEO of your health. You get to make the decisions. And through this podcast, you are learning about what to look for. And through all of your other research, maybe you've read some books, maybe you've listened to some other podcasts. You are learning so that you can take your information and do something with it. You are the CEO of your health. In the Holistic Hashimoto's course, which is a 4-week course, the first week we do cover labs so that you know exactly what you're dealing with and what to watch for. And then, of course, like I said, episode 39 is all about the different labs. So listen to that one if you want an in-depth talk about what different things are. Also, in the freebie I have for you, which is a 10 questions to ask your doctor, I do cover labs a little bit in that one. So you want to make your own decisions. You already know that you want labs. You don't feel like you need to talk to your doctor right now. Now, I'm going to make a caveat. Please talk to your doctor or your provider at least once a year, if not every 6 months, just to make sure you're on the same page. Maybe they have some insights. And if you are on medications, you do need to see a provider, either virtually or in person, to get your Synthroid or levothyroxine or whatever, or any other medications that you're on to support your autoimmune health, like LDN. That was episode 129. I did an interview with a pharmacist. He is explaining all about LDN, what it is, why it's beneficial, how it can help people with Hashimoto's. I take it. I notice a huge difference. I've talked to a lot of people who take it. So check out that episode. But anyway, back to at-home test kits. So you have decided that you want some labs, you know what you want, and you want it to be done at the convenience of your own home. You don't feel like you need a doctor's visit at this time. There are several different companies who offer this convenience, and I don't know when you're going to be listening. If you're listening in the future, right now it's June 2025, make sure to check online and see what's out there now, because these do change and there's more and more popping up as the technology is out there. So I said earlier in the episode, there's 3 companies. I changed that and there's 4 because I found another one while doing this episode. The first one and the one that I have used is Paloma. Paloma has everything thyroid. They have virtual providers. They do at-home test kits. They have a podcast. Maybe you listen to that one in addition to mine, and they are very convenient. They're all convenient. Another one is Everlywell. Everlywell was, I believe, the first big company to offer at-home kits. And they did not start with thyroid. I think they started with like vitamin D maybe and something else, but now they offer thyroid kits as well. Another company is My Labs Direct. Again, you're going to go to their website and you select on this one, you select how you want your labs drawn, which is different than the other ones. The thyroid test kit from Paloma and from Everlywell come with a little finger prick, but the My Labs Direct is different. I have never seen this type of blood draw. It intrigues me. I don't know how it works, but if you have seen the continuous glucose monitors where people put them on their arm, this works kind of like that. You stick it on your arm and you push a button and somehow it draws your blood. They say that it is quick and painless. It's called the Quick Draw Collection Method. There is a little video on their website. They also have a finger stick collection method like the other companies do. That is My Labs Direct. And then the fourth company is called Let's Get Checked. They also have a thyroid kit for your home. If you are outside of the US, if you are in the UK, there's a company called Monitor My Health, and they also offer at-home test kits. So all of these, like I said, work the same way. They're going to send you the little kit in the mail. You're going to poke your finger, draw your blood, send it back, and get your labs. And as the CEO of your own health, you get to look at the results and you get to make decisions. I want you to do this with wisdom and know what you're looking at. So make sure to listen to episode 39, where we go over all of the labs and what they mean. Make sure you do your reading. Make sure you track your stuff. And I know I'm doing a lot of shoulding on you. You should do these things, but this is your health. And if you are going to be the CEO and take ownership of your numbers and your labs and your trends, you do have to watch what they're doing. I keep a spreadsheet and I know all of my numbers forever. I type them in. I know that my doctor can have that and the lab does, but sometimes I use different labs. So I keep a spreadsheet on my computer of my stuff, and that way I can see if it's going up or down, and I encourage you to do the same. And oh, hey, there's one more tip. If you are drawing your blood with the finger pokes, make sure that your hands are nice and warm. You can do some jumping jacks before. That does help mobilize the blood and it makes that finger prick go a little easier. And also make sure that anytime you're doing thyroid labs, you're doing it first thing in the morning because that is when your levels are highest. All right, so at-home test kits. That was this week's Hashimoto's Health Lab. Stay tuned for next week's episode where we're going to talk about another tool for your health. This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. Please discuss any changes with your trusted healthcare provider. To take your next step, join our school community and explore the courses available there. You do not have to figure your health out alone. So that is school, SKOOL.com, and it is the Health with Hashimoto's community. I'll see you next time on the Health with Hashimoto's podcast.